This is terrible. This is awful. Are you aware of this terminology? Guys that live the urban wild man lifestyle? Yeah, exactly. Michelle, your mic was off, but what did you say?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
The urban wild man lifestyle.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the urban wild man lifestyle?
I haven't, because I'm none of those things.
The urban wild, well, no, you're actually, you do this, but you just don't use the terminology. It comes down to personal hygiene problems.
Oh, well, then maybe I am.
Oh, maybe you do too, MJ.
Yes. Oh, people hate when you call me MJ.
Todd.
Stop.
Yeah.
No, it's just the MJ Morning Show.
I don't want to confuse everybody.
I know.
Stop mentioning that, Todd.
Right. So
let's not use our governments, okay?
This 35-year-old woman by the name of Deborah Porto, she ended a relationship with a guy she was dating. The guy identified and described himself as an urban wild man. So what does that mean? It's like an au natural lifestyle, and essentially it casts normal hygiene routines out the window. Or some people say the window. Out the window. Do you know people that say window instead of window? How about Tuesday? Once you hear this, you'll never unhear this. I say Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Listen for the people, or if you're watching TV, listen for the people that say Tuesday. It's a ton of people. Instead of saying Tuesday, they'll say Tuesday. Listen for it, and you will not be able to unhear it, I promise.
I had a teacher that said window.
Window.
And then instead of window sill,
Yeah.
she said seal.
Oh,
So it's a window seal.
Really?
I'm like, what the hell's
What
that?
was that? Oh.
Put it on the window seal.
Guess what? If you want a good window seal, you get a hold of Weather-Tight Windows and Weather-Tight Mike. That's who you get a hold of for your windows and door replacements.
No, if you want a window seal, you call
All right. So Urban Wild Man, just for the heck of it, is anyone listening right now that knows somebody that adheres to this lifestyle? So what are the normal routine hygiene activities that are cast aside? The guy was deodorant free, would not wear deodorant. That's number one. He only showered once a week.
once a week.
So those are two components of the urban wild man. No deodorant use and only showering once a week.
So on Netflix this week,
Mm-hmm.
there's the Untold series
Yeah.
is focusing on the Liver King.
What the hell's that?
Do you remember this guy?
What?
He was a viral sensation for a while.
Right.
And he would only eat meat, and he would always say his body's au natural, and he never showered, and he stunk, and he
Ugh.
reeked. And
And this is on Netflix?
it was all a ruse. I mean, he was on steroids, and it was a fake empire that he built. But I remember he did an interview with somebody. It might have been with Rogan or something. And he comes into the studio, and Rogan's like, "Dude, you stink. you really, wow, you are really pungent." And they're sitting across from each other, and the guy's like, "Dude, this is how a man should smell.
What?
We shouldn't be putting chemicals on our body."
So wait a minute, there's a series, there's a documentary on Netflix?
It's like the unraveling of the conspiracy that the Liver King perpetrated. He sold a bunch of supplements, and for a while he was like,
But it was an act?
It was maybe 3/4 of an act.
All right, does anyone listening know one of these urban wild men that will not use deodorant and only showers once a week? Eventually, it became so much of a problem. I want to know, how long did this 35-year-old woman, how long did she put up with this?
I would put up with it for 0 dates. The minute you find out that there's no deodorant being used and that the showering is only happening once a week, peace out, buddy. Bye.
Yeah, didn't you smell this or you know what? Maybe the date was right after the first shower of the week.
Yeah, so she only saw him like, Sunday afternoons.
Or what if he got into a cycle early on where the showers were around daytime, so he didn't reek? Maybe he wasn't all ripe yet. So she said in time it became a problem, started to affect the relationship, and that was it. The strong odor and lack of basic self-care became a major issue. The lack of deodorant and showering is one thing, but also explained when this guy did shower, He refused to use shampoo or soap.
Just get wet with the water.
He would go for days without brushing his teeth because he believed the body self-regulates.
Yeah, I'm an urban wild man. That's right.
Well, listen, dogs are not using Crest
Dude, think about
on a daily basis.
Think about how bad.
I'd like to train my dog to brush their teeth.
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't know how that could hold it, right? Think about how bad George Washington smelled. I mean,
well, how about any of
Any
them?
of them.
Don't
You
single
name-
out just George.
no, we'll single out
How
George.
about Alexander Hamilton? How about Thomas Jefferson?
Oh,
How
Jefferson.
about Benjamin Franklin?
Franklin.
I bet you Franklin, it's a pit stank beyond belief.
No, he had all those French perfumes at the parties he went to.
Yeah.
Franklin probably smelled the best. But yeah, actually, think about it. Maybe people who lived 75 years ago. Think about how bad they stunk.
Oh, yeah.
Just reeked. Everybody smells like pits, bits, and spits.
All right, so
gross.
Yeah.
urban wild man. That's
I had another
where
it's too. But
you
I didn't
don't
mention-
shower, you don't brush your teeth, you don't use deodorant. Andrew is screening calls. I don't know if we have any women. Any women ever have any encounters with the so-called urban wild man? Oh, I think this is a guy. Caesar's on the line from Spring Hill. But if any women, have you ever had an encounter with a guy that said, yeah, I'm an urban wild man? Or maybe he didn't use that terminology, but discussed that he only showers once a week, doesn't use deodorant, this whole body self-regulation thing. Let me see what Caesar wants in Spring Hill. Caesar, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
I know a lady, and I see her every weekend. She is pretty much the same. She doesn't believe in that. She really, really smells. Her body smells. She doesn't wear bra. She doesn't believe in none of that stuff.
Oh, wow.
She's and it's really bad.
I mean, to the point where
It's really bad.
how close do you get to her when suddenly you're affected by the odor?
I don't want to say who she is.
No. I didn't say that. I said, how close is it? How many feet do you have to get to her before you smell her?
There was we went into an office because I had to do something into the office, and I found her in that office, and the whole office smelled.
So she radiated it stunk up the whole office.
Yes. And she just doesn't believe in that. She doesn't believe in deodorant.
Well, what about her bosses? What about, or is she the owner of the company? Does she run
No,
the?
she's retired.
Oh, she retired. Oh, they probably retired her. Yeah. That's...
I don't know, but she's retired.
All right, Caesar, thanks for the call. Let me grab another one here. Jackie in St. Pete Beach. Jackie, were you affected by the Publix and the CVS that burned down? Was that your shopping center?
It's down the street. I did hear about it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Dolphin. Was it Dolphin Village, Fester?
Dolphin Village. Yep.
Yeah, Dolphin
Yeah.
Village. That plaza's been there forever.
Yeah, I know. Jackie, do you know somebody that has this issue?
Yes, I unfortunately have to admit I dated one.
Oh, you dated an urban wild man?
Yeah, it was back before they called themselves that.
What was it like?
This was the same guy. I called him a couple of months ago about the men wearing the bracelets on the arm.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And this was the same guy. He said he only showered once a month, but I figured out that was BS. I looked in his shower. But it's so disgusting. He says he brushed his teeth, but when I went to kiss him, it was just, you could tell. I'm like, oh, is that your steak from last night?
Oh, no, stop. Oh, stop. Oh.
I don't know why people think this is such a good thing to do. It's unhygienic.
Yeah.
It's disgustingly just, it smells.
Yep.
And it's just, I don't know if they do it for attention.
I don't know.
That's another thing. I don't know.
Maybe they have mental problems or something. Thanks for calling in. Let me grab two more. I've got Jen in Tampa, then Anonymous in Sarasota. Let me grab Jen in Tampa. You're up. Hey, Jen.
Hi.
Oh, and don't worry, folks. In just a short amount of time, I'll tell you when to call in for the next $1,000 with the ATMJ. At any minute, we'll do ATMJ. All right, Jen, what's up?
How do you tell them that they smell like Badusi?
Yeah. Well, listen, you just got to tell them, or you break it off. Have you had this encounter? Have you ever had this problem, Jen?
There's a guy there's multiple guys. There's a guy, one specifically at my job, that he just makes the whole office stink. Like, he smells like he rolled in dog shit. And
Oh, Oh, hey, dump button test. All right, look at that. We just tested. It's the second weekly test for the dump button.
Jen, you could have gone with any other word but that one.
Yeah. You say, Jen, you just say dog poop. Don't say dog bleep, okay?
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too late
well,
now.
listen, she's Gen Z. How old are you?
36.
Oh, 36. So millennial.
Yeah.
Millennial, yeah. All right. So well, listen, in your office, someone's got to tell, like HR or one of the bosses needs to tell this guy, you smell like dog poop. You got to do something. You're offending everyone in the office. You know what? Give me the address. I'll go in there. We'll bring a camera crew. I'll do it, and I'll put it on my Instagram. I'll go in there and tell him he smells.
That should be a service we offer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Stink busters.
Yes, stink busters.
Yeah.
And then I post the videos on my Instagram.
Yeah, you and I roll up on the scene.
Yeah. At Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. All right, Jen, thanks for the call. All right, one more anonymous. Then, man, I haven't heard these calls in years. What? I'll tell you in a second. Anonymous Sarasota, go ahead.
Yes, I work at a Walmart, and there are several associates who don't bathe. I had mentioned it to the team leads and the coaches a few times, and they said they would address the issues, but they haven't, so I just steer clear of them because I don't want to pass out.
You know, they could just go to the pharmacy area where the personal care goods are. You've got aisles of stuff to clean them up, you know?
Yeah, I know, but apparently they don't care, MJ. I mean, I bathe every day. I have to. I also brush my teeth and wash my hair.
Oh, yeah, what a concept. Bathing and brushing your teeth every day, you know?
Yeah, but they don't care about that, and I don't want to be around them.
All right, Anonymous, thank you very much for phoning in. Hope you liked the video. If you did, then hit the like, share, subscribe, all this crap down here.